The christening and naming of the ORP Wicher, a great success for the Polish Navy. It will be manned by 140 sailors and officers, and during operations the crew could number as many as 180. A premium brand car consists of 30,000 parts, while this ship consists of over 1 million parts. A success in whose glow Donald Tusk was happy to bask. Here behind me, steel, naval guns, engines, modern technologies and the best radars weigh far more than slogans and political catchphrases. This is the result of a decision by the Law and Justice government. On July the 27th, 2021, Minister Mariusz Błaszczak signed a contract for 3 frigates to be built in Poland. The Prime Minister, not for the first time, trumpeted the success initiated by the United Right government. It took on concrete form in July 2021, and it was then that this project, which extends far beyond the maritime horizon, was created. Credit must be given to Law and Justice for initiating these major shipbuilding projects, because there had been no such initiative before. Now this government is finishing these projects and reaping the rewards. ORP Wicher is the first of 3 new generation frigates being built as part of the Miecznik program. This type of military force had been forgotten. Something extraordinary happened in July 2021. Something extraordinary for the Polish armed forces and for the Polish shipbuilding industry. The result of these efforts is none other than ORP Wicher. It has enormous capabilities in terms of air and missile defense, featuring state-of-the-art radar technologies. Designed for operations at sea, it also guarantees security in the air and on land. Donald Tusk puffs out his chest as he receives his medals and boasts about the development of the shipbuilding industry. I'm also proud that, despite the naysayers and some complainers, the Polish shipbuilding industry is thriving in Gdynia, in Gdansk, and we're building it in Szczecin as well. It's worth recalling, however, that the Szczecin shipyard was shut down in 2009, when Donald Tusk himself was Prime Minister. It's just disheartening, and it's a tragic picture of what we've ended up with by closing down this shipyard, a mighty industry. Magdalena Sobkowiak-Czarnecka went even further in her speech, praising Tusk for the development of the shipbuilding industry in the Tri-City. And here I'd like to remind you that before Miecznik's idea came along, there was your decision that the shipbuilding industry had to return to the Tri-City in all its glory. In her speech, the minister said that if it weren't for them, there would be no shipbuilding industry in the Tri-City, and that it flourished during their time in office. No, no, no. In 2015, when Law and Justice took power, the naval shipyard was in the process of legal liquidation and was slated to simply cease to exist. Today, the management of this sector is such that even a Chinese robot has access to the naval port in Świnoujście. The Military Counterintelligence Service Inspectorate in Gdynia is responsible for providing counterintelligence protection for this key facility of the Polish Navy. It is headed by Commander Daniel Pożarski, a former soldier of the Military Intelligence Services known for booze-fueled revelry with Russian FSB officers in Kadin. Just as with the issue of the Polish shipbuilding industry, the same is true for other defense investments. The current Minister of National Defense, Władysław Kosiniak-Kamysz, not long ago boasted about the purchase of the F-35, but had previously stated that he saw no need for it. We must halt the construction of the Central Transportation Port. We must put the purchase of the F-35 on hold. You'll be welcoming these F-35s alongside the President. In April 2020, you said that this should be postponed because there are more important matters. This has been taken out of context. What's more, Richard Schnepp, a former ambassador to the United States, claimed that Soviet aircraft are better than American fighter jets. The former Polish ambassador to the United States criticized the purchase of American fighter jets. On TVN, he argued that Soviet Su-55 aircraft are better and half the price of the F-35. He cited a Russian propaganda website to support his claim. The same was true in the case of the purchase of 96 Apache helicopters. Politicians from the Civic Coalition criticize this idea. We're buying 96 Apaches. That number in particular really makes me wonder. Is that too many? You know what? The experience of the war in Ukraine shows that helicopters are effective only in a transport role. Now Donald Tusk, standing in front of a helicopter, is announcing his success. These 96 Apaches, one of them is standing right here behind us. It's the largest fleet of its kind in the world, excluding the United States, States and the largest in Europe. When you don't have your own successes, you boast about other people's. That's indecent, and we're dealing with people who are extraordinarily indecent. It seems that Donald Tusk changes his mind faster than the wind of change blows.